Hello, fabulous Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of December 2014. Love focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. This month, in the context of love, it truly is an important month for you. Now, it'll be even more important for you next month, and I'll be here to talk about it then when there's a full moon in your opposite sign. But for now, there are a lot of changes taking place for you, no doubt. And for some of you, these changes are going to be about what begins and about what you're seeing within yourself. What we have happening this month is Venus moving through your sign. Now that alone is great, okay? Venus moving through your sign makes you more charming, makes you more attractive, or at least indicates that you are looking mighty good to a lot of people, and just have a way of being influential in the best possible sense and bringing forward your most charming self. Becomes that much easier when Venus is moving through your sign. But it isn't just that Venus is moving through your sign, but Venus will be meeting Pluto and speaking with Uranus as well. And this is what makes this truly different than any old journey of Venus moving through your sign or moving through any given sign at that. This to me represents really a turning point in love for you, the type that's going to stand out to you, as we finish this year. And as I mentioned in the general horoscope overview videos for this month, Saturn special horoscopes should be up at the time of this publication, and it is the Saturn special horoscopes that are really speaking to this change of your ruling planet from one sign into another. So that in itself is going to bring a shift of energy. But I do think that as you end this year, you will look back at this particular year, you will look back at 2014, and you will say, wow, I really reached an important turning point in love for me in the month of December, as the year is in its final month. And it is going to be that for you. This is going to work out to be a very important month for you in the context of love. And it really comes down to this sort of ultimatum type of energy that actually has been with us for the last few weeks. So we had in the month of since October and into November, but especially in November, we had Venus meeting Saturn, your ruling planet. And one by one, we had Venus and the Sun and Mercury meeting Saturn. Now we enter this month, and it is the turn of Venus to meet Pluto in your sign. And so you put these together, and you've been engaged in a process of sort of make or break ultimatum energy. And now it just intensifies. Now we add to that, and it becomes this very visceral, very emotional process where you understand what stays and also importantly, what goes, what you're carrying into the future and what it is that you are not carrying into your future as well. And the answer might actually surprise you. It may just actually be a belief that you have about love and your worthiness about experiencing love, or it might be much deeper in terms of a partnership needing to transform if it is going to last into the future. Those of you in an established bond, this is truth time, really is what it comes down to. Do you really want to be with this person or not? Why are you really with this person? And who is this person to you? And who are you in the context of this bond? Do you like who you are with this person or not? These are going to be the big questions on offer for you. And the answers will be searing. The answers will be honest. The answers will be truly those that are revealing, most of all to yourself. Those of you who are open to meeting somebody new, who are actually right now, rather, let me go first to people who are dating. If you are just dating somebody, you've sort of got somebody in your sphere, someone you're interested in, this is going to be a turning point in that bond. This is going to be you looking at this person for who they actually are and looking at yourself, how you are with this person. But more importantly, this is really going to be, is this somebody I really want to be with for an extended period of time? What is the depth of my feeling? Now, for some of you, it is going to bring a deeply transformative moment that brings you powerfully close to somebody who up until now you've just kind of been dating. But for others of you, this is really going to be, I am done with that, and deciding to go in another direction. It's about you seeing this person, warts and all, imperfections and all. And likely that moment is going to be triggered quite by surprise, where out of nowhere you go, oh wow, okay, that's who you are. I had no idea. This is not a good time to plan any romantic surprises, I gotta say. This is not the month to be planning romantic surprises. They likely are not going to go the way that we want, and they're likely to be interpreted in ultimately what is a very faded way, ultimately the way that it's meant to be interpreted. However, the underlying truth of what's really going on is going to come forward for better or worse. Those of you who are open to love, okay, so coming to the singles out there, single Capricorns out there, this month just has transformative experience written all over it. Not a lot of permanence, I'm going to be honest with you. And so it looks like there's very likely to be at least some attraction that feels very strong, that feels very powerful, that seems to propel you towards it. It may just be a flirtation. It may be more. As I said, there's not a lot of permanent energy, and it does look like there are factors that are less than ideal, like factors like, oh wow, okay, this is you being surprised sort of after the fact that, okay, that's who you are, okay, and not really being very clear in the moment about, like, sort of, let me put it this way. It's very much about being carried away, not in the romantic sense, but more in a physical sense, and not completely appreciating, if you're thinking of something more big picture, or thinking of something that's going to last for the long term. That's not really the kind of climate I'm seeing play out here. Rather, I'm seeing it much more a climate of having a very powerful experience, but if you try to make it more, you're going to end up being very shocked at who this person actually is, rather than just keeping it about a moment that's meant to help you see things a little bit differently, meant to help you to transform your own perspectives on yourself and your own worthiness to be loved. When I look at the sky, it does promise some really intense moments, perhaps more intense than you may feel ready for, but ultimately the spotlight comes back to you. Next month, it'll be about another person, but this month, it's about you, and it's about you understanding who you are and what you believe you deserve. And from that place, and especially if you believe you deserve the best, which you absolutely do, you're able to make choices that resonate as right for you and do move you towards greater love.